What's good, YouTube? Masex back with another video, and today we're continuing the series looking at the top running backs that you need to keep your eyes on essentially coming into the 2025 season. Running backs, of course, generally is one of the more exciting positions. The highlight plays, the broken tackles, the vision, the juke moves. That's what we're going to be looking into today, running backs that exemplify that and who I think would translate pretty decent to the next level. If you haven't watched the last video, we started with the quarterbacks. Definitely check that out. If you haven't already, definitely subscribe, comment, like. Of course, all that helps. Getting back into the swing of things. YouTube algorithms already not gonna mess with me and rock with me right now, so the little that y'all can do to help a brother get back on track with that would be definitely appreciated. But I mean, let's go ahead and just hop right into it, man. We got 10 running backs, and without further ado, let's get to it. We're going to start things off with one of the more popular running backs with the most hype probably, or at least one of the highest amounts of hype going into the 25 season, and that's Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame. Listed at 6 foot, 206 pounds. For me, broke out in the playoffs. I didn't really know who he was prior to the playoffs because I don't really watch Notre Dame, to be honest, even though I am from Indiana. Call me a hater, but yeah, I just don't really rock with them like that. But there's no denying, and there's no amount of bias that you can do to ignore Jeremiah Love and the talent that he had. PFF gave him an elite score of 91, 38% forced missed tackle rate, almost 7 yards a carry. He's got solid size, or at least solid listed size. He's got good vision as well, and he has a top end speed. He's a running back that can take it to the house at any moment, and when you combine all those traits, that spells NFL potential. He's athletic. He loves to hurdle, so I do wonder about that a little bit because it seems like he does that at least once or twice a game, which you do it a few times a season. That's a lot, but he does it pretty regularly. So he's athletic as hell. Obviously, when you're in the air, you're very vulnerable. But he's one of the running backs in this class, though at least right now may not be as deep as last year's running back class. He's one of the running backs that has legitimate day one draft potential. Moving on to the next running back, that's Nick Singleton out of Penn State, listed at 6 foot, 226 pounds, heading into his true senior year. Many of us thought that he was going to come out last year. He had some draft hype. I think that he feels that Penn State has unfinished business, gained some stock in the playoffs for sure last season. Him and Kron Allen probably formed the best running back duo in college football this season. Nick Singleton, built like a bruiser, but he's very efficient on the ground, 6.4 yards per carry. That's 8th amongst running backs. He's a workhorse type of back, workhorse potential at the next level, size, speed. Overall, I think he could be an early day 2 to mid day 2 type of draft pick. Next, another running back that I like, keep your eyes on Jonah Coleman out of Washington. A true senior, 5'9", 229 pounds, bowling ball. I know last year we liked Cam Scatterboo. Jonah Coleman kind of comes from that cloth. Started his career at Arizona, transferred to Washington. Very efficient. Efficiency is his game. PFF 95.4, 5th in the nation amongst running backs. That's a really elite score. As I mentioned earlier, he reminds me of Scatterboo. He reminds me of Michael Turner as well. For the young kids out there, Michael Burner Turner balled out for the Falcons. 3rd in the nation was Jonah Coleman in yards after contact with 4.6 per attempt. 2nd in the nation in missed tackles forced rate. He's one of my favorite running backs in this class, so I'm definitely excited to see Coleman in this upcoming season. All right, next up on the list is Mai Hughes out of Oregon, listed at 5'11", 210 pounds. This will be Mai Hughes' first year at Oregon, as he is a group of 5 transfer from Tulane. So we're going to see him in the Big Ten against better competition. Mai Hughes, one of the best players to ever come out of Tulane. I know we don't think of Tulane as a football school or anything, but the guy really put in work. Of all running backs returning for the college football season this year, he has the most career yards. Also, only Ashton Jeanty and Amarion Hampton last year had more yards after contact the last 2 seasons. Of course, anyone coming from Group of 5 moving up to Power 4, we're going to keep our eyes on him to see what it looks like against better defenses and just overall competition. But if you look at his skill set, you look at his overall play, like I think in that offense, he's going to thrive. Top end speed, even at the Group of 5 level, looks like a question mark. Doesn't really have that top end speed to run away from defenders. Got caught from behind a lot. But at the same time, Mai Hughes he still has a lot of 0 to 15 burst. And at the end of the day, that's more important for a running back, especially if we're projecting at the next level in the NFL. Next up, we have another Penn State running back, like I talked about earlier with Nick Singleton, and that's Kron Allen, listed at 5'11", 229 pounds. As I mentioned earlier when talking about Nick Singleton, Penn State probably has the best running back duo in the class. He's the 1B. He's the Thunder to Nick Singleton's Lightning. When you thought of Ohio State last year with Quinshon Judkins and Travion Henderson, this could be the 2025 version. 92.5 Pro Football Focus score since 2023. Third in the nation in yards after contact. 83 missed tackles. Kron Allen's not a guy that you're going to necessarily fear with the home run play, but you know he's going to be efficient. He's going to get you in 2nd and 4 positions, 3rd and 4. You hand him the ball, and he can legitimately get you 3 to 5 yards as well. He's just brute size, power, and efficiency as a 230-pound plus back. All right, next up, we got another favorite running back of mine, though he had a horrible 2024 year overall, and that's Jaden Au, now at Oklahoma from California, listed at 6 foot even, 210 pounds. This is his true senior year. He was in a video of mine last year, preseason, as a guy with some NFL expectations. And as I mentioned, he had a horrible year. Didn't look the same. He battled some injuries, and it clearly showed because he looked like a much different player in 2024 in a negative way than he did in 2023, where he was just super explosive as a true sophomore. He started off his career, even his freshman year, started off with a bang. First Cal running back to rush for 100 yards in his first game since Shane Vereen. But in fairness, California as a whole looked horrible as a team, so the writing was on the wall that he was going to go ahead and transfer, because last year, 3.3 yards per carry, that's not it. That's unacceptable. I don't care how bad your team is, but he also was hobbled and just lacked explosion. Only 385 yards rushing, and also receiving the ball, which was one of the things that I liked about him from his 23 tape, his good hands. He only had 24 catches, but even though that's pretty solid, but just overall to his standards, when you go from 46 to 26 to 24 receptions, that's not the trend that you want to see. But there was a lot of things that I liked about him, including his top end speed. You can tell he has a track background from his form and mechanics. Really good vision, as I mentioned, receiving ability, runs a little high, breaking through the hole, but just overall, I think in a new system, a school like Oklahoma, who has been down from their typical standards the last couple years, I think that he can definitely bounce back and have a really good senior year. All right, and my last running back that I really think can make a huge impact and become an NFL prospect, legitimate, is Justice Hayes. Now at Michigan from Alabama, true junior, listed at 5'11", 210 pounds. And when he touched the rock, he definitely showed flashes. Alabama, as we know, historically, running back he was in a committee, so his touches were limited compared to a lot of other running backs on this list. But I really like Justice Hayes, and I really think that he's going to have a breakout year this year going to Michigan. Has the lineage. Vernon Hayes is his father, who played in the NFL. Very efficient last year. Yards per carry was excellent. Not elite speed, but really good speed. He can take it to the house. Good vision. Going to be in the Big Ten. I think his skill set matches the conference play. Really good contact balance as well. I think that he's a dark horse running back, could be the #1 running back when we're looking at it by December, January. I wouldn't be surprised personally, but like I said, watch out for Justice Hayes. I think he's gonna ball out this year. All right, there you have it. These are my top running backs I think you should keep your eye on. Some workhorse guys, some guys with a lot of potential, guys that may really soar up the boards, kind of like a Ashton Jeanty. And this is a video we can look back on that you're going to be like, okay, yeah, Mai Hughes, he definitely knew what he was talking about on that. So take everything I just said at face value, because I believe I'm right on this. So if I'm wrong on this, which is low probability, we can go back to this video and then you can comment the word idiot on it. But of course, if you made it to the end of this video, deeply appreciated as always. Like I said in the intro, rock with me with the likes, the comments. That stuff helps, especially right now, getting back to the swing of things. And we're looking at the wide receivers next, so be on the lookout for that. But other than that, appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Cheese!